It was just another day at Central Motors, the hustle and bustle typical of a mechanic's workshop, but with an official inspection looming over us, the air crackled with tension. Engines hummed, tools clinked, and I couldn't help but glance nervously toward the door, knowing Mr. Davidson, the boss, was on his way. I'm Maya Thompson, and yes, I'm 12 and a girl. And you could say I had my work cut out for me today, and not just because I was the only kid in a place full of grown-ups. Now my dad, Marcus Thompson, had been fixing cars for longer than I'd been alive. I idolized him. His hands were calloused, his laughter contagious, and the way he could turn a pile of metal into a smooth-running vehicle was nothing short of magic to me. But this wasn't just a day in the shop. It was a showdown of sorts. Davidson strolled in his presence, instantly sucking the energy out of the room. You could tell by the smug look on his face that he thought he had it all figured out. And then he dropped the bombshell: this engine, a Porsche 911, had everyone stumped, including the seasoned mechanics who had years of experience under their belts. That's when Davidson's condescending tone kicked in. So what do you kids think? Anyone want to take a crack at it? His gaze pinned me down like I was just some child playing dress-up in my dad's old coveralls. I raised my hand, though, surprising everyone, including myself. I'll do it. The chuckles that rippled through the room were barely concealed. I could almost hear the whispering behind my back. A girl, fix that. Just let the professionals handle it, Ida. But I had spent countless afternoons poring over technical manuals, stubbornly learning the intricacies of modern automotive technology, and I wasn't about to back down. As I approached the Porsche, the disbelief in Davidson's eyes was palpable, but I was calm. I methodically began examining engine components, recalling notes from all those late nights, with my laptop piecing together what I'd learned. Davidson leaned against the wall, his arms crossed, wearing that smirk that made my blood boil, but I focused. This was about more than a car. This was about proving that I had what it took. Looks like the issue might be with the control module, I suggested, and the room quieted. I explained how digital signatures affected the ignition system, how minor glitches could lead to major failures. The veteran mechanics raised eyebrows and exchanged tense glances. Davidson snorted. You think you can just throw terms around like that? But instead of shutting down, my resolve intensified. I needed access to the shop's diagnostic system to really dig in and prove him wrong. Davidson's irritation grew as I connected my laptop, his mocking laughter shifting to disbelief. You hacking a Porsche? This is just a game to you. But I was already in the zone, tapping away, pulling up data faster than he could process. It's not hacking. It's called understanding the patterns of failures, I replied. Frustration painted his face, but I couldn't back down now. It was time to reveal not just the truth about this car, but expose the shadiness that ran deeper than any engine problem. Hours passed as I delved deeper into the system, working methodically as Davidson paced. I wasn't just fixing a car. I was uncovering a scheme, a series of engineered failures tied to insurance fraud that Davidson had orchestrated. Each line of code I deciphered linked back to him, turning my intestinal clenching into an exhilarating rush. Hey, I called over my shoulder, you might want to pay attention to yourself instead of a 12-year-old girl. Davidson's face morphed from irritation to a seething anger. It was like watching a volcano about to erupt. Finally, I had the evidence. I can't believe it. One of the mechanics whispered, eyes wide in realization. This was all set up. We've been played. Davidson's face blanched. The laughter and teasing had turned into something darker. Then the tension reached a climax. I invited Davidson to face the public live. My heart raced as I hit broadcast and revealed the corruption to everyone. You could see the disbelief wash over Davidson, intertwined with sheer panic as the authorities were alerted. So you thought you could keep me down because I'm just a kid, huh? I shot back, standing tall as the scene unfolded like something straight out of a movie. People were staring at him with hostility, and he knew he'd be facing the consequences of his actions. With Davidson's downfall came my rise. Suddenly, I was no longer the underestimated girl. I had become an overnight sensation. Soon I was speaking at events, sharing my story, detailing how I'd proven that intelligence knows no age or gender. It wasn't just about fixing a car or exposing a fraud. It was my opportunity to pave paths for others like me. I decided to establish a nonprofit that offered training for youth in underserved communities, because I knew what it felt like to be underestimated, and I wanted to ensure other kids would never endure that. I was on top of the world, filled with hope and determination. This journey taught me some powerful lessons. It's easy to judge someone based on appearances, to assume they don't understand the complexities of a situation just because of their age or background. I realized intelligence isn't defined by how you look or where you come from. So now I pose this question to all of you watching. Have you ever felt underestimated or misjudged? Have you seen others rise above challenges against all odds? I want to hear your stories, so drop a comment below. Let's discuss how we can all address societal biases and work towards a future brighter than we've ever imagined. There's incredible power in our shared experiences. And always remember, true strength lies in rising up, challenging the norms, and fighting back against underestimation, one engine at a time.